So, are you ready to work smarter, not harder? If you're still wasting time in driving every car back or listing them filthy, dirty and not very presentable, then these tips are just for you. So let's clean up your game and make your car dealership thrive. So welcome back to the channel everyone, it's Kryptonite here, helping you master the games you love. So today we're diving into Car Dealer Simulator with 5 tips that will boost profits, speed up your flips and make your lot look like a gold mine in no time at all. So no fluff, no useless information, just facts. So let's get straight on into it. So we're going to start the video strong with tip number 1, clean cars sell for more. So the first tip is a simple but powerful one, and that is presentation sells. So yes, you can make a little bit of money buying a car and selling it straight on, but with a tiny little bit of work that's free and doesn't cost anything, is always clean your cars. So wash them, wax them, polishing, the works. A full detail can add up to a massive 12% to the car's value, and if you've upgraded the car wash station just like I have here, and that's even better because that does unlock the wax and the polish, which will even boost your profits even further. So let me show you what that looks like. So here we have an old dirty car and you can see its value here on screen. Now once we spend a little bit of time just giving it a full wash, a nice wax and polish, as you can see the profit for this car has jumped up. So this is one of those steps that most players skip just because it can be a little bit tedious, but trust me, this is costing them profits and it doesn't take much to do, and as I said, it's free. So moving on to tip number 2, resetting vehicles saves you time. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by that. So basically when you buy a vehicle and you go to complete the deal, you're probably used to driving that vehicle back, but all you're doing is adding mileage on that vehicle and adding more wear and tear, and you are wasting a little bit of time. So what you can do is drive your own personal vehicle over to do the deal, jump back into your own vehicle, drive back to the office, just click on the computer here, and then you go into your cars section, and as you can see you've got a list of the cars that you own, and you can just click reset. Now there is a 2-minute timer on this, so if you have got a few deals going on, you do have to be a little bit patient, but overall it does save a lot of time. Now if we come back out the office, as you can see after resetting, our car has magically appeared back in our lot, which just makes things a lot quicker, so you can flip more cars in a day. So to further prove this one, let's complete a deal quickly here and we will drive the car back. Now obviously it depends on whereabouts your car is actually located when you come to buy it, but we're going to try and do this so they're pretty much the same distance apart. So we'll jump into this one, we'll drive this one back, and as you can see on the clock overlay on screen, it's taken us a little bit of time to sort this out. Now let's go ahead and do this other deal. So we're going to go back here, we're going to buy the vehicle, we're going to drive back ourselves, and we're going to reset. So as you can see, it has saved us a little bit of time. We don't have to worry about the trailer, don't have to worry about hooking up the vehicle and towing it back. Just makes things a little bit quicker. So before we move on to tip number 3, if you are liking these tips so far, then make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you click that notification bell as well so you don't miss any more videos. And with that being said, let's move on to tip number 3. Now after you complete the tutorial, you will be able to get access to a tool that you can use to roll back the mileage on your car, or the odometer as they call it. Now this may seem a little bit dodgy and not so legit, but hey, it's in the game for a reason, so we're just going to roll with it and we're going to utilize it because it's there. Now what this tool does is, as I said, lets you reduce the mileage. The lower the mileage, the higher the resale value of the car, because it has had less wear and tear on the engine, the body, tires, etc. But we have to be very careful with this. We have to do it very gently, because if you go too far, it will lock up and the mileage will reset back to normal, and that way you haven't made any more profit. So let me show you both scenarios. So if we use this tool right and we start with the big numbers, we'll try and wind that down and see how much this gauge moves, which is sort of like a stress gauge. If it moves too quickly, go on to the next big number and try and wind that one down. Now you want to just do this a couple of times, a little bit of trial and error. You'll soon get the hang of it. It's fine. Obviously, if it does go wrong, as you can see, we've overused it. It has locked up. The mileage has gone back to normal and we haven't made any profit on this one. So as I said, just be a little bit careful. You'll be fine. You'll soon get the hang of it. So if any of these tips have helped you so far, or if you've got a tip on your own that I haven't mentioned at all in this video, then drop it in the comments down below, because I might feature it in a future video where I've got more tips and tricks coming. So before we move on to tip number 4, we've got a viewer tip for you guys. So I found this one on the internet as I was just rolling through, seeing if there was any tips that I wasn't kind of aware of as I was making this video. And apparently, if you wash, photo and then list the vehicle at sunset, eyes seem to walk in faster. Now I can't confirm this at this moment in time. I haven't tested it myself, so it could be real or it could just be a placebo. But hey, why don't you try it yourselves and let me know in the comments down below what happens when you tried this. So straight on to tip number 4 then, and this comes from pricing. We want to price high in the red zone. Now what I mean by this is if we go to sell a vehicle via our computer here, we can put in our sale price and you can see this little bar here will kind of give us an indication of how popular it's going to be. Now if it's in the red zone, that doesn't mean it won't sell. It just means it will take longer to sell. But this is where patience is key. So most players stick to the green, which is a safe zone when pricing. As I said, this is a mistake. So you want to go into the red zone. Yes, they will take longer to sell, but when they do sell, you tend to make a much bigger profit than you would just selling it for market price. Now if you've cleaned it well and you use solid photos, as you can see here, you get a bonus on top of that, and buyers will still come even if it is in the red zone. So straight on to tip number 5 then, which does relate to selling the vehicles. You want to use photo mode to boost the listings. So as you saw before, when we were selling the vehicle, we get a bonus for taking photos. So you don't want to skip this section. It's a cool little feature, and all you want to do is make sure you get the 7 points that are located on the car. You do learn this in the tutorial, but just a little reminder, it's very much worth doing. So you can press T, this will open up your tablet, click on camera, and you can take pictures of your car. Now what I have found, it doesn't really matter whether you do it at night time or daytime. The quality of the photos I don't think makes a difference. You just get a bonus for taking photos of all 7 points of the cars. So it's worth doing. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes all of about 2 or 3 seconds to do, so it's definitely worth doing. And as you know from buying and selling things yourself, if you can see a picture, you're more likely to buy it because you can see what it looks like. Now also when it comes to bodywork and stuff like that, as you can see here, you can kind of see the schematics of the vehicle. Now it does say here that this is automatically updated with the photos. Another reason why it's worth doing. So there we go everyone, 5 quick tips that will level up your flipping game in Car Dealer Simulator. Now we'll be doing a part 2, to make sure you keep an eye out for that. And I am doing a Let's Play series of this game. So if you click on this video right here shown on screen now, you can watch the start of the playthrough series. Now hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. It's been Kryptonite here, and I will see you in the next one.